Probation Parole,
CPS.
Department of...
In town today on 95.3 WBEV. Charlie Darn with you here this morning, and I screwed it up. I messed up the schedule. I don't know what I wasn't looking at. I said there weren't any guests in this 10 o'clock hour, but I'm joined by three gentlemen here talking about the Shop with Cops that's coming up. And I actually should get all the details from you guys. Now that we're on the air, I guess I got to do it now. But welcome in, guys. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
So let's go down the line here with names, titles, all of that.
Officer Andy Brunette, City of Beaver Dam Police Department, and I'm a trustee on the board for the Dodge County Shops with Cops.
And I'm Jeremiah Johnson. I'm a lieutenant with the City of Beaver Dam Police Department, and I'm the treasurer for Shop with Cops, and been involved with the organization for 5-6 years now, probably.
Retired Detective Brian O'Donnell from the Waupun Police Department. I've been associated with Shop with Cops since the inception.
And when was the inception of it?
22 years ago.
Oh, wow. So it's been a while.
Yep.
Awesome. And when's the event going on? Where is it?
December 14th. We will be shopping at Fleet Farm and at Walmart, and we will provide a light breakfast at the Watermark where the young people will be able to meet Santa. They will also be able to play some games and get their presents wrapped.
Awesome. So I was unfamiliar with this program until I had heard you guys talking about it on Community Comment. What was the thinking behind getting this started, or what was the idea in that?
Well, since you were there during its inception, I wasn't there for the conversation.
Okay.
But I mean, I know it's a charity, obviously. And
Well, it was at first that we would take underprivileged kids that did not have a chance to shop for their parents, and at the end, if there was a little bit of money left over, they could shop for themselves. Since then, we have grown now to kids that maybe are on the fence, that need a positive influence. And what I really like with our applications is we ask the child to put down why they feel that a Shop with a Cop experience would be beneficial to them. And it's a really good thing because, maybe I'm bullied at school, maybe our family's had some problems, and I just need a good role model or something like that. And this really shows that, a police officer isn't a bad guy. He puts his pants on just like anybody else. And once they get to know the officer that they have, and they only have him maybe for 2 hours, and there's a lot of good reinforcement that comes from it. I mean, I guess that makes me just about cry, is that when you have an officer having this child and then decides, I want to buy this child a Christmas present because they deserve it. And that's not from us, it's out of their pocket, they buy that present. And I think that is just a wonderful thing to happen.
And, well...
No, I was just going to say, and to add on to what Brian was saying, is that I enjoy being part of the organization myself, just because obviously it's charity. We're trying to find underprivileged youth and give a benefit to the community that way. But and like you were saying, every once in a while there's a youth that's identified possibly that needs a little bit of positive law enforcement interaction.
Reinforcement, yep.
Yeah, and for me as a law enforcement officer, a lot of the times when we're having interaction with the public, it's not really good news. Laws are being broken. You're knocking on the door at night when everybody's asleep and waking up, and you're not telling them good news. It's always something bad happened. Somebody got arrested. Someone passed away. There's a problem that needs to be fixed. Or you know what I mean? And that kind of bears on you as a law enforcement officer. You're doing a good thing. You're out there in the community and you're solving problems and you're trying to make the community a better place. But when you have the youth and something bad happens, a lot of the times the youth will look at the police officer as being associated with that bad event. So this gives us an opportunity to have a good interaction with them. And I know Andy shares this message with me too, that when we're with them, we put the human face on. They're able to see that, we're just regular guys, and we even have kids at home too, and that we're doing something fun, and that we're human beings, and we're trying to do something good for the community, and that makes us feel good as police officers, as well as knowing that the kid's going home too. He's got some presents that he can share with the family, spread a little Christmas joy as well. So I know you and I had talked about that in the past. It's like having good interactions, and you do a really good job at Beaver Dam Police Department having positive interactions with the community all the time. But this is one extra, it's.
Yeah, Shop of Cops is near and dear to me. I could just repeat everything these two guys said. But
We stole all of it for you, sorry.
did. Yeah, you guys did a great job, so that's all I got. No. We get to see so many faces. 73 kids we have.
This year we'll have
signed up
73
for this
kids.
year.
And 73
So-
officers to shop with them.
There's a lot of kids in this world that grow up too fast and too hard, and it's unfortunate for them. They for whatever the reason may be, pick whatever reason, to put a smile on their face around the holidays. That's what, if you could put a smile on their face every day throughout the year, that'd be the best. But unfortunately, we can't do that every day for them. We try to. So here's a time where we can dedicate that day for that, and that's where it's at.
But I think you two guys will even agree that it's beneficial both to that child plus that law enforcement officer.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
we do see the bad a lot. and
Yeah,
stuff. We get
absolutely.
To see kids smile and stuff. And
And that's why I like this program, 100%. And that's why I keep coming back year after year, knowing that it's good for both the community and us too. So we enjoy it. We
Yeah.
enjoy doing it. It's cool that you see the smiles on the kids' faces, and it's neat. It's cool.
73 kids and 73 officers. Who's the one that arranges the matching up? And then I guess also with that, what are all the officers made up from, or where is everyone
Do
from?
we have to give her credit?
Yeah, we have to. We absolutely have to give her credit.
It's
Yep.
a team effort. It really is.
Yeah. I don't know what we do without her, though.
Yeah.
We have to do that by ourselves.
Rachel
Forget that.
Doss is from the Dodge County
Davison.
Davison.
Yep.
The Sheriff's Department helps out tremendously. She's vice president now, I think?
She's now vice president.
Yeah.
Yep, and she's shared many roles: secretary in the past, director at large. Now we're vice president. Yes.
But like you asked where the officers come from, every law enforcement agency in the Dodge County area is going to be represented. We're going to have state patrol, CPS workers,
Probation, parole.
probation parole, game wardens, all those people. We've even had DAs and judges in the past.
Yep.
Department of
Absolutely.
Corrections from
Yep.
the various
Department of
prisons and
Corrections.
jails.
A lot of people from DOC.
Yep.
Yep.
Just come and enjoy it. And the other thing is, we talk about this event coming up, but we have two other events. We have Cops and Bobbers, which we take about 25 kids fishing out on Fox Lake. Police officers bring their boats, and we take them out fishing and provide a meal for them. And then, is it 2 years now or not?
It's now 2 years. We've done
years.
it 2 years.
We do good.
Three.
So
No, three.
Three.
Sorry, it is three. Yep.
We do good, so good with shopping in the wintertime. We have now Shop with a Cop Summer Edition, which is just before school starts, and we take another 25 young people from the area and buy them school supplies, which include all the stuff for school plus an outfit.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And that all comes from the Shop with a Cop budget.
When it comes to all the different law enforcement, corrections, all the different groups, is there an educational factor at all with the kids at all? Is there like, hey, this is my job, this is what I do, or is that more or less just part of the introduction and just, hey, I'm yeah.
Officers will talk about it. So I remember when I used to shop. Now I just kind of manage stuff. But when I shopped, it was they would ask questions. We don't necessarily go out and be like, hey, just let you know this is what we do.
Sure.
Because we're hopping on a school bus with them. It gets. We get escorted by the police cars, red and blue lights, and that's nice. And they enjoy that kind of stuff. They get to see us in uniform, and we have a lot of kids asking, "What does that do? What does that do? What's this for?" And we'll talk about it, or they'll ask like, "So, what's the scariest thing that happened?" Or "Tell me about this one. Did you ever shoot your gun?" Questions that are some are appropriate, some aren't, and we get that opportunity to kind of educate them about what we really do, and about the fun stuff and. Sometimes not necessarily the fun stuff, the work aspect of it too. We get a chance to talk about it, and that's really based on where the kid's at. I don't know if there's a lot of officers out there that when they're doing their shopping stuff, like bring it up themselves, but I always get questions from the kids, and it's fun answering them because you don't know what they're going to ask. You might have those random.
It's a full morning of conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Dictated by the
kid.
youngster,
Yep.
100%. And then, we just kind of have to steer it in the direction that keeps it, they don't need to know about stuff we see, the less than desirable stuff, right? So shine the light on the good fun stuff, and the red and blue lights and the badge and everything else. It's good. There's always your jaw will hurt because you've been talking so much. And then you're playing bingo with them back at the Watermark and eating breakfast with them and playing games and getting to know them.
Getting a picture with Santa Claus. Even though
Oh, yeah,
Santa
man, get a
Claus,
picture. Yeah. A lot of smiles.
A lot of smiles and role models at the Shop with Cops event, which is coming up on the 14th. We need to take a quick break, but I've got plenty of questions left for you guys. So we'll step aside quickly here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Alrighty, and welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV. Charlie Dern with you here this morning, along with Andy Burnett, Brian O'Donnell, and Jeremiah Johnson. Thanks for joining me, guys, this morning.
Thanks for having us.
So we're talking about the Shop with Cops, which is coming up on the 14th. Could Brian, maybe you walk us through the day again?
Okay, what happens is that we have two different shopping times. We have people showing up at 7:30. We get them on a bus, two buses. One goes to Walmart, one goes to Fleet Farm.
Photo with Santa.
Photo with Santa.
Photo with Santa.
And they have to meet their police
That's
officer
right. Yep.
buddy.
Then they meet up with their
Police officer
assigned
buddy.
police officer. Yep.
Yep. And then they go shop for an hour,
At either Walmart or Fleet Farm.
and then they come back and they have their breakfast. They get you have their presents wrapped. They get to have
By-
breakfast.
And the rappers are Santa's helpers and 4-H volunteers that
Yeah.
help us out. And that is so those 4-H people out there, thank you very much for helping us out with this event and events years past, because the service that they provide is very, very much appreciated and needed. It's a lot of presents to wrap.
Because
So-
I can't rap. No.
Right, well, let's be honest.
Andy, can you rap?
I'm all thumbs.
Okay.
We got bags and tissue paper now. That's
Yep,
awesome.
that's the way to go.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's
Continue
okay.
on.
And then we have another group that starts at 8:30 and should be shopping by 9, so it's about an hour of shopping. And as far as I know, we have not lost anybody in the store, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I don't think we've had to
We
make
came-
any
we came-
return trips back
We
and be
came
like,
close because I brought
Yep.
one person back.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
came close. But, you know, it is an
Shop with
enjoyable
Cops
day.
disaster stories.
Yeah.
Made some arrests during events.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we have. We got a good story about that. Yeah.
But the other thing is now we have got a list of what sizes to get. Because when you get a young person that says, my mom needs lingerie, and you say, what size is mom? And they take their arms and they say about that big. That doesn't work.
No.
Nope. Or, you know,
I'm not buying mom lingerie at Christmas
Yeah,
time.
no, we're not doing
I
that.
know, but
Yeah.
I got that asked, you know, and I'm thinking, okay. And
I
we'll
bought
change our
a
mind.
12-pack of Diet Coke once.
Did ya?
Because that was on the list. And she's like, I want to get Dad some Diet Coke. And so we got Dad Diet Coke. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. There
you go.
I like Diet Coke.
Okay, think about that, where that comes from, though. The mind of a child.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
What is my dad like? My dad
I
likes
see my
Diet
dad.
Coke. So
Yes.
that kid was like, this is going to be the best gift ever.
Yep.
12-pack of Diet Coke. Boy, wrap that sucker up. Here you go, Pop. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. If I got that for my kids for Christmas and they knew that that was what I wanted, and I mean, that's great.
I didn't know you were a Diet Coke drinker.
Well, I do. Yeah, I like it. That's really
So
good.
you
It's
get to
probably my
see
favorite
kids
song.
in a different light, you know. You get kind of what we think they should get or whatever else, and then we find out why they, you know, the dog
Yeah.
gets a present or
Yep.
grandma and grandpa, you know, and stuff. And it's just an enjoyable time for us to meet the public and deal with them and stuff. And I'll tell you what, contributors, we have a lot. We have the 4 buses that we're going to get are all donated by the bus company,
Yes.
Lamers and
First student here out of
First
Beaver
student
Dam.
out of Beaver Dam. We have sometimes food is donated.
The venue,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The
Our venue's
is
donated,
which is
Yep.
a watermark.
We have Pizza Ranch catering this year. They have given us very decent discounts and very reasonable prices, and we appreciate that, being a charitable organization. So when we provide that breakfast, it's not too much of a financial strain, and good food. Kids love it.
Yeah.
Cops love it.
Yep.
What else? Walmart and Fleet Farm,
Well-
very good corporate sponsors for us. So not only do they give us a financial contribution, they are able to provide us with a little bit of extra labor too during the time. They have certain cashiers that they want us to go to, so we're not
Dedicated checkouts.
slowing up a busy Saturday morning for them before Christmas. What else?
But now they're used to it in Walmart and Fleet Farm, because at first when you have 35 cops show up, they're kind of looking like, what's going on here?
Temperature drops a little bit.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you
Yep.
explain
Yep.
to them, and we've gotten donations right from people
Correct.
there saying, "You're kidding me? You guys do this?"
Yep.
And they just help us out and stuff like that. And it's just like Good Karma Broadcasting here with letting us be on the air and stuff like that.
Spread the word.
Spread the word, and you could be corporate sponsor for us too. We don't know. And we really enjoy what the public and what the community in a whole, the Dodge County community does for us.
Yes.
I mean, they're very responsive and stuff like that, and they see what we're trying to do to help the youth of Dodge County.
I think when you have someone, and that's the other thing, we're in uniform at the store with the kids, and when we're shopping around, people come up and ask, what's going on? Like, there's all these cops in here, there's kids, and they know it's some sort of an event. They know it's not like something bad happened or they got to clear out the store or something. But they ask, and that's our opportunity to kind of say, this is a little bit about what we do, why we're here. It allows people who haven't, heard about it before, kind of like, oh, that's really cool. So when that happens, we get that word out. And a lot of our money also, not just the corporate donations, comes from individual donors. In that story we said we were getting donations in the store for Shop with Cops. That's awesome. And just kind of speaks to the Christmas spirit and generosity of people here in Dodge County. We appreciate that.
It's not uncommon for someone to come inquire what's going on and then slide you a 20 and be like, hey, I want to donate. I love this, what it is. Hey, my grandkids are coming to be that age where they'd be able to participate. at the summer events.
That's the one I want you to talk about.
So I did shop at the summer event because I think we ran short on officers.
Yep.
Yep.
Something, something came up with an agency and the officer couldn't make it. But largely I was helping facilitate partnering up the youngsters with the officers as they arrived. And right in front of Walmart, this beautiful truck pulls up, pulling a camper, and he kind of waves me over. And he goes, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "Well, it's Shop with Cops. We're taking kids back to school shopping." He says, "Oh, hold on a second." Throws the truck and roots around over in the passenger seat for a second, pulls out his wallet, hands me 2 crisp $100 bills.
Wow.
I'm $200. Like, I mean, that's probably the fuel tank on that big truck pulling that trailer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, God bless him for being able to be in that position to be able to, just shell out $200 to donate like that. But I mean, it felt good to be able to go drop that $200 in our donation
Bin. Yeah.
So
Or
it has
bin.
to be a
Yeah.
bucket. I don't know. And for that guy to just give a wave as he kept on going, he didn't need any recognition. I mean, the giving hearts out there to help fund and fuel this. Mm-hmm. It's never ending.
He sponsored that amount right there. If you look at that dollar amount, that's one kid's full journey with Shop with Cops. So
Yeah.
he bought the kids' family's Christmas presents.
Yeah.
So plus breakfast, plus transportation, plus all that stuff. He funded one kid to go shopping that year, and that's awesome.
And think about it.
So
Just for easy math, 75 kids.
Yeah.
At $200 a head.
Yep.
I mean,
It
it's
adds
not
up.
it's not a cheap date.
No.
And it's
Yeah.
all funded by donations from the great people in Dodge County and some outside Dodge County.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's incredible work that you guys do, so thank you for doing it. It's really great. And
Well,
this
it's
is
not
all
really-
going on the 14th.
It's not really work.
Yeah,
It's
it's
enjoyment.
actually it's a lot of
It's-
fun. Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't do this because I don't know if you guys get paid. I don't.
No,
I'm retired.
no. Yeah,
It's
it's
really enjoyable.
it is, and I think I told myself a couple times, because there's a little bit of work involved with like managing it, and sometimes very long board meetings, especially the last one.
Yeah.
Anyways, and yeah, there's work associated with it, but like if it wasn't worth the positive interaction with the community and just the fun that we have and the smiles on the kids' faces, we wouldn't do this.
The juice is worth the squeeze.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Tenfold.
Yes, without a doubt.
Awesome. Well, again, this is all going on December 14th, and people can still get involved. So where can they donate?
Plenty of places. The first thing you can do is just, if you want to do the check route, you can mail it to the Dodge County Sheriff's Office. Attention, Shop with Cops. I believe the address is 124. Is it West Center?
Yeah.
West Street?
Or is it West? I get it mixed
I'm not
up.
sure.
Anyways, the Dodge County Sheriff's Office. Attention, Shop with Cops. It is tax deductible, so when we can get you a receipt if you request one. Put a note in there. We'll get you a receipt for that, so you can keep track of that for your taxes.
124 West Street.
West
Juneau,
Street.
Wisconsin.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yes, 124 West Street in Juneau. You can also drop off a donation at any of the local police departments. Let them know what it's for, and they will get them to us at the organization. So that you can show up in person at the Beaver Dam Police Department, speak with the clerk or an officer who's at the front window. We'll take care of it there. If you would like to do it on Facebook, we have is it Venmo or is it Cash App? I can't remember.
I think it's
Venmo.
I'm not sure.
I believe it's
I
Venmo.
don't
We
do
have
any
a
of that stuff.
QR code, so if you want to go digital, if you're the younger generation,
Not me.
Yeah, I was looking at you.
I know.
OD. Anyways, yeah, you guys do all these computer things and QR codes, like I don't. But anyways,
I don't.
Anyways,
Cash works for me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, cash.
you can go on our Facebook page, and that's Dodge County Shop with Cops, and there'll be a QR code, and you can donate directly to us. And like we said too, if you bump into us and you just want to make a donation, we'll gladly accept it and make sure it gets to the right spot. Those donations, like we said, help fund the kids either shop, do Cops with Bobbers, do the summer edition and get them school supplies, buy calculators, and who knows what. So all good stuff.
Great.
And I guess, we thank all the officers that participate, but the big thing is thank you, the public of Dodge County, for all you've done for us and continue
Yes,
to do for us. We
100%.
really appreciate that, and it's well worth it.
Yes, and if we have officers listening that hit that one more time, we appreciate that too. We were actually a little worried when COVID hit. Everything stopped, and we actually got kids' shopping lists. We shopped for them, and we dropped off the gifts. That's what we did that year because we didn't want everybody going into the stores and worrying about getting sick, and now we know a little bit more about what's going on. But those numbers never recovered up until this year. We would always have above 50, and I think last year we hit 50, and now we're at 73. And now we're literally at the point where we have to be careful about how many officers and kids we have, because we're going to have to start adding more school buses. We're going to have to start, worrying about how much money we put on those gift cards every year. So it's a good thing to have so many people participating in it. We know the community need is there, and it's great to have the officers matching up with those kids. And the event is just growing up again. So it's good that we're fully recovered, I feel, from COVID, and those numbers are getting back up there.
And everybody's giving of their time.
Yeah, that too.
Which is nice.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Do we want to talk about the adoptive family stuff?
Yeah, we
I'm
can
not
mention that as
well
well.
versed in it. You guys
Sure.
are good with
Well,
it.
then, real quick, why don't I take a break?
Absolutely.
And then we'll talk about that on the other
Absolutely.
side here.
Okay.
So we'll go to the ABC News Center here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. back into Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV. Charlie Dern with you here this morning. Hometown Today is presented by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam and Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. Visit them online at proflr.com. I'm joined this morning by Andy, Brian, and Jeremiah from the Shop with Cops of Dodge County. Welcome back in, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So we had some stories that we wanted to share, some other, well, I guess when we went to break, we wanted to talk about the adoptive families.
That's right. Yeah. So back in COVID, when we switched from the model of taking kids shopping, we got shopping lists and actually went shopping for the kids. From that, it kind of sparked every year we adopt 1, 2, 3 families, and we continue that tradition. So we kind of asked our friends at Dodge County Social Services, Human Services, to kind of assist us in maybe like helping us find a family that might have some special needs or just needs a good Christmas experience or might be down on their luck, or it just we hear through the grapevine or we've been on calls and we as law enforcement officers ourselves have identified families that might need a little extra help around the holiday season. So that gives us the opportunity to go out and do essentially a shop with cops for them. And then we drop the gifts off, and we also do groceries as well. So Santa's Little Helpers and the Shop with Cops get the lists of recommended stuff that they need around the house. So each kid gets underwear, socks, a full outfit, some toys that are on their list, some activities that they like to do, arts and crafts. And we also try to each year get groceries so they can have a good Christmas dinner and also get some staples around the house too. So jars of peanut butter, soup, things like that they can eat throughout the rest of the Christmas season. So we kind of do that, and that's been a tradition now for the last 4 years that we adopt a family, at least one, and if we have enough funds, we'll continue to do that on a year-to-year basis. So it's neat. It's a good story. Dropping those gifts off, you show up with a squad car, knock on the door, you got just bags of gifts that you're walking in, and it's kind of cool to see the kids' faces as we put stuff under the Christmas tree, and it's neat. So that's kind of a heartwarming experience doing that.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing that we talked about that people should do is donate, and there's lots of different ways people can do that. One thing people shouldn't do, though, is shoplift during shop with the cops.
Yeah.
Very true. It's highly
Did that
not
happen?
recommended. Yep. So
You were there.
So this was 2 summers ago at our back-to-school event in July at Walmart. And again, to recap that, we're taking 25, 30 kids back to school shopping. We have law enforcement officers representing the entire Dodge County, so there are 12 to 15 squads out front, lights on.
I think the MRAP was
The
there.
MRAP was there.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it very
Sheriff Schmidt had the
clearly-
big MRAP there. Like, there is a law enforcement presence going on here, okay?
We line them up in a row. Like, you cannot miss the fact that
More
there
than
are
just 2
squad
cars there
cars
for your standard disturbance
Yes.
or something, right? There, I mean,
Yes.
from entrance door to entrance door, that whole void which says no parking, we have filled it with squads. We want to be seen. There's a huge tent that says Dodge County Shop of Cops. There's 20 cops standing around. And because of being an officer in Beaver Dam and Walmart being in Beaver Dam, I'm familiar with our loss prevention team at Walmart because people steal from Walmart, right?
Yep,
That's
yep.
what it is.
And Walmart's really good at catching them.
They're great.
Yes.
They came up to me and says, "Can I have an officer?" So I went to see you guys.
So then they're like, they recognize me. We're on a first name basis there, and they're pointing, and they're like, "Hey, that one there, like pointing down the aisles." I'm like, "Who? What?" And they just give me a brief description of a female and a tote bin. I jump in the squad that I took there, and mind you, I'm not like set up to be on patrol. I'm dressed in full uniform as if I was on patrol.
Yeah, dispatch doesn't know that
My
we're on
squad
duty.
isn't set up.
Right.
I'm listening to my radio in case something were to pop off. I can,
I don't even
help
think I
with
had
that.
my body cam on me when this happened. I think we.
I don't know that I did either.
I don't think we did. Yeah.
It was kind of bare minimum, but able to affect something if we needed to, right? So I jump in the car and I start going across the parking lot and I'm going towards Dollar Tree and I'm like, oh, that's a very good description of what they gave me. So I pull up by this gal and she's kind of in the cop world conspicuously ignoring. Like, I'm just gonna
Don't mind me. I'm just standing
invisible.
by the
I'm
Dollar
like,
General with this gigantic tote. What's in the tote?
Hey,
I don't
man.
know. I'm just standing by it. No big deal.
long story short, while the Shop with Cops event is going on, this lady's attempted to steal like $700 worth of stuff, and anything north of $500 is a felony.
Oh, wow.
So
It was a big case.
I'm not on duty, but I'm the first person to make contact. So I radio cops who are on duty. They come over and take over. I somehow ended up with the prelim for that at court. So as I'm being questioned by the attorneys, they're like, "So you were on duty as a police officer in Beaver Dam?" And I was like, "Well, kinda."
Yeah.
It's like, "Can you please explain that?" And I said, "Well, I was here at this event, and because of the familiarity with the AP team, they're like, 'Hey, Andy, go get her.' I did, and that's how we ended up with that." So it's, well, one thing is that crime doesn't really have a time standard; it just happens. And considering what was going on there, I think it's fair to say we don't always catch the smart ones.
Yeah, I look at it as job security. So if there weren't stupid criminals, our job would be a lot harder.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah,
I almost go the other way though. It's almost like they were like, "There's so many cops here that they'd never think someone would steal something."
Well,
you know?
maybe yeah,
Like
yes.
there's so
Reverse
many. Like,
psychology.
they would
Oh, yeah.
never think I'm
Yep.
stealing.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the only other way.
Yep.
Because
Yeah,
that's
you
ridiculous.
pull a heist.
I will
Yeah,
tell
what
you-
would you least expect? Exactly that. Yeah.
I will tell you, if you go to Walmart and you only buy a tote bin and you have the lid on it and you walk out of the store, you're probably going to be stopped and questioned.
You're gonna
Because
you're
people
gonna
are
get
just
that
going to assume
eyebrow.
there's a couple $100 worth of stuff inside that bin,
yeah.
and they're usually right.
Yeah, any cop, any loss prevention person is going to key in on that. And,
It happened
yeah.
last week.
Yeah, yeah, I believe it did. Yes, you're right, it did. Yes, it did. And like we said, job security.
Yes.
And Charlie did ask earlier about what young people we take, and what we have learned the hard way is that when we first started Shop with a Cop, we let the kids take the receipts that came with the presents. Unfortunately, some parents at the time took all the presents back, exchanged them for money. That does not happen ever again because we do take out the receipts, we do take care of the barcodes and everything else before the presents go home.
Smart.
So you look at it, I mean, the kids' Christmas kind of was ruined because mom and dad, you know.
Yeah,
They pulled
that
the
is a
Grinch
little
card.
hard. Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. So,
But
you know.
to be fair, we do a very good job, I feel, of making sure that we get a list of what the kids want and what the family wants. So we're not just buying gifts that we have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that does happen, but I mean, we do our best to try and suit the needs of the family.
Right.
So
Mom wants a
and it-
candle, dad wants some slippers, whatever.
right? And I mean, we get
absolutely.
that stuff. Yeah. So
But, I mean, think about what Brian said. I mean, talk about that instance. What we're doing, what we're trying to do and trying to affect, I believe, from the bottom of my heart, is a great thing for these kids and these families. But on the other side of that equation, it was an opportunity for them to take all that Christmas blessing, return it for a gift card for what?
yeah,
Buy a bottle of booze?
yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Like-
Who knows?
Again,
not
some
right.
of these kids grow up too fast and too hard. It's not fair.
True that.
You know?
You know, and that's a good segue into, I was going to mention this too. There's an application process, and we always have more kids apply to go with Shop with Cops than we have officers to actually take them.
We had 123 applications this year. didn't we?
Yes, yeah, and we can only take 73 because we only have 73 cops that are able to shop right now. So with that said, we have enough funding that if 123 officers were able, we get some more buses and we would make it happen. We have a limit of how many cops actually work in Dodge County, so we're gonna peak at somewhere between 75 and 100. That's just how it is. So, anyways, where was I going with this? A lot of times when we look at the applications and we see a name that we recognize, it's not necessarily about a financial need, but it's also about having a positive law enforcement experience for those kids as well. Because sometimes we know as law enforcement officers, as people do in social work, etc., that it's good to have that good community resource and that interaction, because sometimes when we are having, interactions with them, they're not the best with the family. You understand? Like there are times where we have to take enforcement action, whether that be their parents are in trouble or they see us interacting with something bad that happened and they don't see the good. So this is our opportunity for the kids to see the good and understand that, it's also inroads for us too, because when they get older, we can say, hey, I remember you from Shop with Cops. Remember, how are things going? How was Christmas? Great. All right. So, hey, what happened today? And, we work it out, and we've already got our foot in the door to having a decent interaction where we don't have to worry about not having a relationship at all. We're building relationships. We're starting something new.
Planting that seed.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's a really good thing to make our communities better. And that's what, you take a look at, I know what the sheriff wants to do, and I know what Chief John
From
Crazinger
Markesan
and
to
BDPD
Marshall,
wants to
Fox
do.
Lake to
We're
Fall River,
community-orientated
Watertown to
police departments,
everywhere in
and
between.
that's part of what our mission is and what we'd like to do. So, and this kind of stuff helps us with it.
Yeah.
And 38 years in law enforcement, what really hurt is when a parent looks at you and tells their child, that's as close as I want you to be to a police officer because they're going to arrest you.
Yeah.
You know,
Or even the joking. Sometimes the joking,
Yeah.
like, see that guy right there? If you don't behave, he's going to arrest you. I really hate that. I really do. It is. And I remember my parents used to joke around with me like that. I knew as a kid, I understood. But like as a cop, there's sometimes the kids, they're coming up to you like, holy crap, if I don't behave, that cop. Do you ever get pulled over?
At one time, actually, only once.
Were you nervous?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
when I get pulled over, I'm nervous to this day.
Oh,
to this
yeah.
day, and that's what we're talking about. Is like, okay, yes, we have the uniform on and the presence, and yeah, that's kind of part of it. But we don't want kids to think they can't come up to us when something wrong is happening. Like I'm lost, I need help. Okay, they should be able to go up to a cop and say, hey, I'm lost, help me find my parents. And we want them to at least trust us. And that's why when that joke kind of goes a little far.
I guess I'm dating myself because I remember when stranger danger was around.
Oh, yeah.
And
We still
really,
need to talk about that.
Is a police officer a stranger? Kinda, yeah. But he's a good stranger. He's one that you can go to and ask for help.
Right.
And if you got parents saying, don't go by them, what are you gonna do if you need help?
Yeah, the times have shifted. You used to never take a ride from a stranger. Now you call a stranger to give you a ride.
Yeah, an Uber. Yeah, and stay off the internet. Don't talk to people we met on the internet. We're gonna get a ride from someone on the internet. Yeah, things have changed. But anyways, getting back to that, it's just one of those things where we want that positive interaction, and yeah.
Certainly. Well, before we go, guys, where can people donate if they still want to?
Yeah, hit that one more time. They can drop off a check at the Dodge County Sheriff's Office, 124 West Street. Make the check out to Dodge County Shop with Cops. You can see any law enforcement officer, and we will get those donations to the appropriate area. You can stop at any of the Dodge County Police Departments or Sheriff's Office or law enforcement agencies and speak with an officer or the clerk that's on duty, and they will get those donations to us. You can see us on our Facebook page, Dodge County Shop with Cops, and then we have a Venmo QR code that you can donate digitally, and it's all tax deductible. If you need a receipt, let us know, and we can get you one. Go ahead, Andy.
This program is not exclusive to Dodge County.
Correct.
This is our name, Dodge County Shop with Cops, but Fond du Lac County, Washington County. So for all the listeners who maybe aren't in Dodge County, they just enjoy your program, or maybe they're on the Fond du Lac County side of Waupun or the Jefferson County side of Watertown, like each county has their own thing like this. So
In Washington County, it's run by the FOP, Fraternal Order of Police.
It's not just us doing this. This is statewide, probably nationwide for all I know.
Milwaukee has it.
Yep.
So like, if you want to donate and your heart is set because you have family in Washburn County or Calumet County, seek them out and find it and donate.
Absolutely, yes. With that said, the money that we do receive here as far as donations, I can say as the treasurer and as a member of the board, we're very proud that it does go to Dodge County kids. I want to say that they're a very, very, very large percentage all goes straight to the kids and their shopping and their cops and bobbering needs, if you will. And a very small percentage goes to promotions for the officers. Like, I'm wearing a sweatshirt here, and it's a little something to keep officers interested interested in the program besides positive interaction. So a very, very large percentage, dare I say, probably higher than 85% goes directly to the kids.
More than that.
Yeah, and I'm playing it safe.
I would say
Playing it
more than
safe,
90.
and the donations, like say the buses and the Watermark and Pizza Ranch, that kind of stuff even makes it better because they're donating that, and that keeps our costs down. So that money, like I said, goes to the kids, and I on the board, and I know these gentlemen sit next to me, take that very seriously. That we go to a appropriate level of spending for the kids. So.
And we would like to thank all businesses that have donated to us and all
Yes.
private individuals and that. It's your organization, truthfully. It's the people of Dodge County that help make us work.
We're just stewards of it.
Yep, there you go. Very much just stewards.
Awesome. Well, for Andy, Brian, and Jeremiah, that'll do it for Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Thank you for having me.